A custom 360-degree e-learning interaction can make your learning experience look very sexy until you map it onto an impact-effort matrix. Then it doesn't look so good. Let's try to find some ways to avoid that. I'll clear up why I'm talking about custom 360 interactions rather than just downloading a 360 image off the internet and using that. It's because a generic 360 image off the internet doesn't really work hard enough. It doesn't seem to have enough substance to teach someone something and give them a valuable return on their time. I'm hoping that this video will make the reasons for that abundantly clear. So here's 3 things I believe you need to make a good 360 interaction. Most importantly, we want to focus on spatially executed competencies. That's a loaded term, so let's break it down. You want to use 360 interactions to let learners practice skills that are applied in the physical world, or simulate a context where critically comparing objects and spatial arrangements is relevant to the job. Think about someone like a health inspector. Then you need to ensure that you have the right resources to create a good custom 3D space, because that's what a 360 interaction is, right? It's developed from a 3D space. Why custom? Because your 3D space has to closely resemble the real world, or you'll end up confusing and misdirecting your learners. You have a few options for how to go about creating that space. To read through our full comparison of the available approaches, you can check out the case study on our website. For the project we discussed in the case study, we chose to develop a virtual 3D environment but photograph real people. We also added a lot of details to make sure that the space feels really familiar and real. In our example project, we wanted the interaction to test the learner's ability to observe key details about objects in the room and the relationships between them, and then use that information to identify errors in the process of administering medicines. To do this in Storyline, we had to get a bit creative with how we use the 360 feature. Instead of just creating a tour, which is what a lot of people do, we used the navigation markers to trigger question layers about the important objects in the room. The questions were designed to test a care worker's ability to look for relevant visual information in a room by studying various objects like measuring equipment, medicine storage equipment, and the medicines themselves. They then had to use that information to make the correct decisions. Finally, we ensured that learners using keyboard navigation and a screen reader would get the same value from the interaction as their peers. And that's a short version of how we made a 360 interaction that was worth the effort. For the longer story, check out the full case study on who'sYouraddy.com.